Hey everyone, welcome to my computer networking slideshow. So what is computer networking? A computer network is basically a group of connected devices that can communicate with each other and also share data and resources. For example, we can transfer files, we can connect through chat and calls, and also enable apps like web browsing. So how does computer networking work? Devices communicate by sending data packets or small information pieces that travel through the network using wires, like Ethernet or fiber optic cables, or also wireless signals like Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. So Ethernet cables are kind of like wire connections that connect devices and transfer data with electric signals. And fiber optic cables use light signals to transmit data over long distances at extremely high speeds. And they're also made of glass and plastic fibers that carry data as light pulses. Routers and switches also help direct packets to the correct places. So what are the parts of a network? We need devices, links like cables and Wi-Fi, network devices like routers and also switches, and also protocols like rules that are basically rules for sending and receiving data, like TCP, IP, and also HTTP. So a router basically connects devices and directs data across multiple networks, while a switch connects it within one network. So TCP/IP has two parts. IP stands for Internet Protocol, which has to do with routing, ensuring that data packets know where to go. And TCP stands for Transmission Control Protocol. That ensures that data packets arrive accurately and also in the correct order. This ensures reliable data transfer even over unreliable networks. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. That's built on top of TCP and also IP. And basically, how it does is that the browser sends these requests to the server sends back the responses with requested files, for example, like a web page. And basically, this makes it possible for the browser and site servers to talk to each other so you can view and interact with the sites as well. So we have different types of networks like LAN, WAN, and also wireless. LAN stands for local area network. It's very small, like for homes and also offices, while WAN is for wide area network. It's for large things like across cities and also countries like the internet. Wireless basically is like the Wi-Fi or also the phone connections that send data wirelessly. So networking is important because we can use it for communication like video, email, and also text. We can also use it to share resources like for files and printers. We can use it to access information like through websites and also videos. And we can also use for collaboration where teams can work online and then through Zoom or other types of tools. So here's some other terms in networking. Datagrams basically means a short piece of data or packet with a destination address, and payload, which is basically the data that's being sent. Encapsulation, which is basically we wrap the data as a payload of another object, and the internet carries datagrams without looking inside, because only the destination understands the payload. The outer layers basically carry the inner layers without knowing their meaning. One example is that a cargo ship carries containers without opening the items. So multiplexing is where we share the resource via a unique runtime identifier like IP addresses, port numbers, etc. And this kind of enables multiple users to use the same link by allowing multiple endpoints on the same network. So an IP address is the device's unique identifier on the network. It basically allows devices to find and communicate with each other. If we run out of IP addresses, we can use something called IPv6, which is basically a new format with more addresses. The shorter and more default version is called IPv4. A protocol field basically directs data to the correct internal program and basically specifies what data type is being carried. And lastly, a port number kind of like identifies what apps are running on a device. It's kind of like the extension number for an IP address. It ensures that the right app gets the right data and also allows multiple services to run on a single IP address. So to add reliability on an unreliable system, we can adhere to the contracts, handle faults, and signal failure if reliability is not achievable. And TCP actually helps with this by kind of like telling the receiver to tell the sender to see like which data has arrived. The sender can resend missing data. Bytes can also be ensured to arrive in the correct order. And then a ping is basically a network utility tool that checks if a device is reachable over the internet or also a network and helps measure speed and delay of your connection. And that's it. Thank you so much for listening.